All right, welcome back to the channel. So it's official that George Kambosos Jr. will be fighting Vasily Lomachenko June 5th in Australia. And once again, it looks like Devin Haney has been put on the back burner. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to get all your latest boxing news, and I'm going to try to keep the boxing news rolling. With that being said, it looks like it's official that George Kambosos Jr. versus Vasily Lomachenko will be held on December 5th in Australia. And here's my take on the whole situation. I'm not purchasing this fight. I'm not supporting this fight because the diehard boxing fans wanted to see George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. And it seems to me that Devin Haney has been put on the back burner. Even Devin Haney said he was willing to take the same deal as Vasily Lomachenko. But according to Lou DiBella, Lou DiBella stated that he was no longer going to do business with Eddie Hearn. So Lou DiBella was past the Haney fight, and also he stated that Devin Haney was an email champion and nobody knew who he was on the zone. And you guys know the whole scenario from there. With that being said, I think George Kambosos Jr. will lose to Vasily Lomachenko. I do not think he's going to beat Vasily Lomachenko in Australia. If he does beat Vasily Lomachenko, they obviously are going to rob Vasily Lomachenko just like they robbed Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn in Australia. I think in order for Lomachenko to win, he's going to have to knock out George Kambosos Jr. I actually see in Lomachenko beating George Kambosos Jr. by decision. Who knows? Lomachenko might get lucky and stop him towards the championship rounds. As we seen, George Kambosos Jr. was dropped by Teofimo Lopez in the championship rounds towards the end, but he has redeemed himself towards 11 and 12. But I'm not having paying no interest in this fight. This is the type of stuff that ruined the sport of boxing. You're fighting the man that beat the man, so you're just basically going backwards. It makes no sense why George Kambosos Jr. didn't want the Haney fight. He was making all these things, making all these colluding stuff, delusional stuff, and changing his tune over and over again. Stated 1 minute he wanted to fight Devin Haney for history and undisputed. Next thing you know, he's on Instagram changing his junk to undisputed. And this is what happens when you have managers, promoters get in your head and say, no, you ain't got to do this. You can just say you're undisputed and stuff like that. And you see how the outcome turns out for these fighters today, just as Teofimo Lopez. And now George Kambosos Jr. seems to be doing the same thing as what Teofimo Lopez was doing. But with that being said, be expecting George Kambosos Jr. to fight Vasily Lomachenko in Australia. I'm not excited about this fight. I'm going to watch this fight for free. I'm not supporting this fight. I feel like that George Kambosos Jr. didn't want no parts of Devin Haney because he didn't want to get embarrassed or outboxed. So the question begs to differ is what is next for Devin Haney? I don't know. I would like to see Devin Haney fight Isai Cruz for a stay busy fight, and he'll have to find another opponent of a level of Isai Cruz. But it's just a shame that we can't get the fights that we want to see, because when managers and promoters do all this lying and capping for their fighter because they're not getting a certain amount of money, and then they lie about contracts, you know, it's just a whole debacle of boxing, and it makes absolutely no sense on why we have to, as real diehard boxing fans, we have to have the downfall of fate and not getting these best fights that we deserve. But I'm not going to keep this video too long. George Kambosos Jr. will be fighting Vasily Lomachenko towards June 5th in Australia. I'm going to be watching the fight for free, and I recommend you guys watch this fight for free. I'm not interested in this fight. Makes no sense why Lomachenko gets all these opportunities, even though the man has 2 losses. And to be honest with you, the WBO has mandated this fight officially. So if George Kambosos Jr. Doesn't fight Vasily Lomachenko, he will be stripped. With that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.